Hey, out there, we got another show, a Toxic Sarcasm podcast. And as always, you got me, D, and down south there, we got Rockstar. And back yet again, by request, by many people, we've got Sean. How's it going, Sean?
Hey, great to see you again. I love it. Good to see you again, Scotty, down south, and Derek right here, right to the west of me. So it's great to be on again, and let's talk about how us guys have our own issues.
Yeah. So what we're going to do a talk about here tonight is, are guys causing the issues with modern dating? Are us guys, are we the ones to blame about modern dating? So what they call a lot of guys that we were talking about simps. So there's a lot of guys out there. They say that simps, I hear, are causing the problems with dating. Because what you have now is everyone's on Instagram. Everyone's able to get likes and hearts and all this stuff. So a lot of people are saying, there's these men all over the place and they are giving too much attention to women. And that is causing a problem. That is just one thing that's causing a problem with men. What do you guys think? Do you think men have anything to do with how modern dating is? Sean, go first, since you're our guest here.
Sure. Yeah, well, thanks again. And I think when you talk about things like Instagram, we could also say Facebook or any other type of social media, right? And some girl posts a photo of her in a bikini. Okay, so if she posts a photo in a bikini, okay, great. You're gonna get a lot of likes. You're gonna get a lot of likes from guys that are interested. Then you're gonna get some direct messages from said guys who are interested. Okay, we know that. And if that girl is your girlfriend, well, that's a problem because she's going to get a lot of likes and comments and messages from guys that aren't necessarily you. And seeing that happen, that creates its own worries, because it's like, oh, hey, your girlfriend's posting photos in a bikini. Are those for you? Well, not really. They were for all of Instagram. So that's the first issue. It's like if your girl posts photos of her on Instagram in a bikini, that's a problem. Second problem is hey, if your girl was cast on, a reality show like The Real World, that's also a problem because then you can watch her have relations with other guys on set and on TV and national TV at times. So that's another red flag, I would say, in this situation. But these simps, as Derek first started to mention, is all these guys, they'll love every photo of said girl in a bikini or whatever else she's wearing, thinking maybe that's going to give me a chance if I like 50 of your photos in scantily clothing or lack thereof. It doesn't always work that way, as we know, as we learn.
Yeah, the only thing I could say is in reaction to the real world thing is that's a growing up thing. I mean, unfortunately they did it on TV, but they're still growing up. It doesn't. I don't think it necessarily makes them who they are. I mean, you could do that in college. You could do that in the real life. You could do that on TV. So I don't think that's a big deal. But what I'm seeing now is all these women coming online and saying they're getting ghosted. And they're getting ghosted. I've gotten ghosted twice. It's ruining my self-esteem, or I've gotten ghosted. Why am I getting ghosted? Where are you guys at? Where are all the good guys at? Where do you hang out? Well, we hang out at home. We don't want any drama. And we probably ghosted you because that's all we've gotten all our life. And I think it's just, maybe some of it's payback. Maybe some of it's,
So do you think, on the topic here do you think guys are the problem? Do you think guys are doing the ghosting because they're reacting to what women do?
I think that could be some of it. I think that could be some of it, just because of all the ghosting that girls have done when you set something up. I think guys are just doing the same thing back to girls now.
Right. The tables have turned when we have, this whole feminist movement and everything, where women are masculine now and they want equality. Women want to do everything men can. Well, I think they kind of screwed themselves with this because things are turning around, and I think men are starting to play the game and doing what they're doing. But, because of that, you still see a lot of women saying it's the man's fault.
What is the man's fault? I mean, give me a description of what's the man's fault? What is the man doing?
Well, this is what we talk about all the time. Like I was telling you earlier, I got a message saying, from a female saying that we were, hating and bashing women and all this. And I says, okay, well, could you name something specific that we're doing? And of course, there was nothing. And I said, well, why don't you come on the show? Would love to, debate with you and hear from you. And of course, again, she did not want to come on the show. As we talked about, she said, oh, you don't want to hear what I have to say.
Absolutely.
We do, though.
Yes, that was the whole point of me inviting her onto the show.
Mm-hmm.
So, of course, like we talk about all the time, all these women, they come and they say, oh, you're bashing, you're hating on women. But then when we say, well, could you specifically tell us why or how?
You can't get an answer.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And I think part of the problem isn't really, the guys blame or the girls blame for that matter. And it's like these dating sites, where, if you join a dating site, chances are you join multiple dating sites because you may as well. Most of them are free, and it gives you obviously more opportunities, more chances. But what happens is you start talking to a girl or two on this dating app, then a girl or two on this other dating app. All of a sudden you're talking like 6, 7 more girls and trying to carry on conversations. And then you get to texting with them. And it's like, after a while, it's like you have to choose, let's say a couple here, a couple girls here, 2 to 3. That's like you really are going to try to talk to. The rest are going to be quote unquote ghosted. It's not really their fault.
If you have a real life, you're not going to have the time to text back and forth 6 or 7 or 8 girls. I got things.
Exactly.
Well, here's the thing. So I hear from women all the time. Men are the problem with dating. Men are the problem with dating. Of course we are, because they don't want to face reality and look in the mirror and say, oh, maybe I'm the issue. Maybe my bipolar disorder or my borderline personality disorder is the issue. But not saying all women, just the majority of women that we've all spoken to, that we've met. Now, if there's women out there that aren't like this and they treat men with respect and are good, that's awesome. We love you. We'd like to get you on the show and get your perspective on things.
2 cents.
But, what we constantly hear is, like I said, men are the problem. Men are why, men are why we cheat. Men are why we ghost. Men are why we do this, that, and the other. Okay, let's play devil's advocate. Let's say that men are the problem. All right. Well, I sat here and thought about it. There is one thing that I can think of that a lot of men are doing wrong in modern dating. And that's like what we were saying. They are putting women on a pedestal.
Yeah.
They're what we call simps nowadays. And what's happening is that you'll have a 4, a girl will be a 4 or a 5, and she's getting so many likes from these simps. She now thinks she's a 10.
Yeah.
Or I like to say a nightclub 7. She looks good in the nightclub lighting.
Well, she gains a point after every couple drinks.
That's right. That's right. What do they see at 10, she's a 2, and at 2, she's a 10.
That's a great thing. Or I used to say back at going to days in college, it's like, yeah, if a girl is a big girl, for example, she loses 10 pounds after every drink.
I'm not sure that really happens to me.
Well, yeah, maybe some guys. Remember that movie Shallow Hal?
Yeah.
Shallow Hal. Remember?
Something with goggles, right?
He couldn't see that very obese woman.
Oh.
So going,
hey, they need loving too.
No.
Somebody has to.
Well, it's just the tables have turned.
The team.
The tables have turned to where the guys really don't care anymore. They're happy alone. I'm happy alone. I'd rather have no drama and make a phone call than have drama and have somebody around me I can't stand 24 hours a day. So
right. And I think that that's the guys that are like us, that are like, we understand the female nature, and we're just fed up with it. And we're like, hey, if you want to show us some attention, you want to show us some respect, we'll be gladly to allow you into our.
and now it's the women's turn to start coming and approaching the guys, is what I've been hearing a lot too, is if that would be a good thing. Yes, you know what? It's time for you ladies. If you're interested, you need to come approach us guys, because we've gotten so just done with it.
Yes.
You're not going to get approached by any of us.
I watched this video earlier. It's actually going viral. I don't know if you've seen it. This girl was in the gym working out, and of course she had her camera set up, and there was two guys behind her, and one guy was spotting the other. Well, they just so happened to glance over at her. Of course she had her tight clothing on and everything. Like we always say, she didn't wear that clothing for nothing. She wanted attention. So anyway, she records it, and she sees this guy in the reflection looking at her. And she's like, oh, do you got a problem? Is there a problem? Do you need something? Turns out this guy was actually the manager of the gym.
Oh,
So he came over and told her it was, I guess, 1 o'clock at night. And I guess if they get anything rowdy, it's their policy. They're allowed to go ahead and throw them out. He comes over and he tells her, he says, apparently you have a problem, and I think you need to leave. So she got butthurt, and she's been posted all over social media. She shortened the video. She cut the portion out where he said that.
right.
And she's trying to get attention from everyone, saying, oh, these guys are perverts. We're checking me out.
Of course, that's what she's going to do.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, I'm going to take a guess here. It either happened at Planet Fitness or Planet Fitness.
Maybe even Planet Fitness.
Yeah.
Or a third option, Planet Fitness.
Yeah. I'm in the fitness sausage in your mouth.
Oh,
So,
naughty.
So there is.
I don't think it's. I mean, you brought this up, but I don't think it's so much the guy's fault anymore. I think it's. Well, you could call it the guy's fault, but I think it's more of the women bringing it on for doing what they've done to turn the tables, and now the men are giving it right back to the women the same way.
Yes,
and that's why you're seeing online, where are all you men hanging out? Why am I getting ghosted?
Right. I also think that a lot of guys are afraid to
rewind your life about 10 years and figure that out.
Yeah, exactly. I also think because of situations like that, a lot of men are now afraid to approach women because they think, oh, I'm going to be accused of something. I'm going to be accused of, assault or something of that nature.
You're even getting shot down. I mean,
well, you've got all these women posting this stuff online now. That guy, he could have possibly lost his job.
It's for this.
Yeah, well, you know what women's currency is? Attention. That is a woman's currency. They live off of attention, and that
pay for it.
That goes into simps. Simps, I think, would be one issue I can think of where men are causing problems with the dating. So I actually got a video pulled up here, and it's actually Fit from Fresh and Fit podcast. Shout out to Fresh and Fit podcast if you guys seen it. So I want to roll this real quick. I'm going to share this screen, and he just goes into a little bit of what a simp is and what behaviors a man can have that are considered to be a simp.
Simpish.
Yes. And they, their behaviors you should not have. So let's just go over this. I'll share the screen on this real quick, and then we can do some reactions on this video. Let me find the button here. It's my first time. Okay.
What was his name?
Oh, this is Fit from Fresh and Fit.
He's fresh and he's also fit.
You see it there?
Sir.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and play this here.
So this is how I define it. A simp is a guy that doesn't put any type of value on his attention, resources, or money towards a woman and gives it freely without her reciprocating on her end. Example, I pay for a chick's OnlyFans subscription knowing I am never going to meet her or date her or ever see her in a romantic sense. I'm simply paying to observe her body in some weird way, knowing that I'm never going to meet her. That makes me a simp. That's a very generic way to explain it. But I'm going to talk about the top 3 simp behaviors that men exhibit in 2020. Let's get into it. Number 3.
So yeah, this is an older video, but I thought it had some good information just to give people a general idea what a simp is. So is that pretty much your guys' general idea what you thought of
It
as
sounded
a simp?
about right.
Okay. So let's go ahead. This is a short video, but I'm just going to hear some of his 3 things that men should not do, the top 3, like he said, that men should not do to be considered a simp. And we can go ahead and react to this.
Derek, pay attention.
Okay, and we're gonna
What's that?
Pay attention.
count this down from least worst to worst. Well, they're all terrible. Well, whatever. You guys get the point. Spending time and attention on a girl that doesn't like you. Guys, you've all been there. A girl, basically, you've been talking to her for a while. Maybe you guys went to school together. She's like your high school crush or college crush, whatever it is. And then you go in there for the kiss. And then she's like, oh, denied. And she basically tells you like, I don't see you like that. We're just friends. Or let's not ruin this friendship. You lost, okay? Because let me tell you guys something. The girl doesn't put you in the friend zone. You put yourself in the friend zone. You understand? Because here's the thing. When you meet a chick, you need to quickly escalate and see where she stands with you. If she likes you, cool. She's going to allow you to physically escalate, okay? Remember, seduction takes 2 people. If she doesn't, she's immediately going to stop you, okay? And say something where she's going to gracefully let you down. We're just friends, or I don't see you like that. What she really means is, translation, I don't find you that attractive sexually, but I enjoy your free attention. Continue to be my friend and give me that boyfriend treatment while I completely abstain from giving you what you want, which is sexual attention. Number 2, spending money on a girl that you either are not romantically involved with or you're getting very, how do I say this, minuscule amounts of sex from. This is a big one. A lot of guys lead with their wallet and basically think money is the end all be all. But let me tell you guys something. If you have money, but you have 0 game, you're probably going to end up simping because a lot of guys lead with their wallet. And quite frankly, girls don't respect you when you lead with your wallet. You tell a chick, hey, baby, I know we just met, but I'll take you to Turks and Caicos Islands and we'll travel or whatever it may be. She's not going to respect you. That's the equivalent to you meeting a chick at the club saying, hey, you're hot. Come with me to the bathroom. And then you smash her out in the stall or whatever, right? No
Fair
condom,
use, fair use.
And then next thing you know, she's trying to tell you, oh, will you be my boyfriend? More than likely, you're probably going to say, no, thank you. Because you're going to be repulsed by her giving you the sex quickly, right? That's exactly how women feel when you openly offer your money and or resources to her and she hasn't earned it. Women have to earn your money and resources. You understand? When you lead with the wallet, she might take it. She's going to absolutely take that money from you, but she ain't going to respect you. And then more importantly, she's going to leverage her sexuality against you for more money.
Okay. I think we get the point here.
Yeah.
So basically, in a nutshell, a simp is a guy that is doing everything and he's probably not going to get anything from this woman. He's paying for her stuff, like he said, OnlyFans and all that stuff like that. Or he's giving her attention for free and she's probably not interested in him on a, sexual level.
Right.
So I think if there was anything me personally, and we could go to each one of you guys, if there's anything for me personally that I could think that men are doing to mess up modern dating is being a simp. I think that, like I said, too many of these guys are going around giving free attention to women through either Instagram likes or anything like that, dating sites, all that. They're giving too much free attention and they're letting all this stuff's getting to a woman's head. And when it gets, like I said, she could be a 4. She now thinks she's a 10 because she got 50 likes from John the Simp last night on Instagram. Yeah. So if I had to name one thing, I would say that is one thing I think men are doing wrong here in the modern day, because what happens is once they give all those likes to all these women, it don't matter who they are, a 2, a 5, or a 10, they all think they're 10s now, every one of them. So then, if any other guy comes and tries to set something up with them, they all think they're 10s. And they're like, you want to know what?
And now they wonder why they're getting ghosted.
Yeah. Now guys luckily are starting to catch on a little bit through, watching podcasts like ours and Fresh and Fit and others. And they're starting to understand female nature, which is great. And so I just think that, me personally, I think that's one thing that men are doing wrong. And I hope that more of them watch our podcast and others like that to stop doing that. Because I think ultimately, if men stop simping, stop doing that, giving that free attention, women are going to be like, oh my God, what's going on? Maybe we need to start being respectful, stop ghosting these guys.
And maybe the tables will get turned, and the girls will start, like we talked about before. Maybe the girls will start approaching the guys now.
Yes.
And because the guys have gotten to the point where the girls are, where they're like, well, we're just going to treat the women this way.
Right.
And let them come after us now, and we'll ghost them. We'll treat them how they've always treated us, or they can start having some respect.
Right. Absolutely.
I think that's a valid point, especially when you get to things like dating sites. And, the thing is like many of these dating sites have way more guys on there than girls. So there's a flooding effect to it. And that's when you get these simps, to where you have these girls elevated from a 4 to a 7 to thinking she's a 9, and then having all these guys in her inbox and, thinking she's all that. And it's like, well, in reality, you're really not all that. But, it's a mental thing. It's a numbers thing.
All that in a bag of chips, as they say.
I mean, perhaps this is an endorsement for something like the Bumble site, where, with Bumble, as we've mentioned before, Bumble, it makes the girl make the first move, or the first message for that matter. And it does give the girls that power anyway. And maybe that's a good thing in the long run, where it's like, hey, this girl was the one who made the first move or the first message. Not that it's the greatest site, but, in modern day dating, maybe they were onto something.
And the guys also need to learn too, that how long to have, I don't want to say a relationship, but how long to talk to a girl if you're interested in having a relationship. Then a guy needs to learn how long to let that go on before they say, okay, this ain't going to happen. I'm done. And it's time for me to move on.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
and keep letting a woman think that they can drag them on either.
I mean, I had a friend who he's, not single now, but like, back in his early dating life, on going on these sites and stuff, right? He would say stuff like in his messages, like, I'm the nicest guy you'll ever meet. And if you're looking for the nicest guy to buy you dinner, talk to me. And, well, that sounds okay in theory, but we all know, laughing at this now, is like, yeah, that's not the way to approach things in many ways, buddy, even though you might be the nicest guy we'll ever meet.
We all know the phrase, nice guys finish last.
Yeah.
And
I see everything we talk about, I see 100 times over on social media.
Yes.
It's ridiculously crazy.
I know. I just seen a video. There's these two women that have a podcast. Of course, it's, about woman stuff. And they did a little TikTok, and the one woman says, "Oh, nice guys always finish first." And the other,
okay.
Yes. So the other girl says,
sweet.
Why's that? And she, without knowing it, she goes in and describes what they like to be garden tools in their 20s. And then after they've been ran through, they look for the nice guy in their 30s. So she essentially said that. She says, oh, well, the way that she put it is, well, us women start to get sick of getting played by the bad guy by the time we're 30. So then we go for the nice guy, and he wins at that time. Why does he win? How does he win? That's like if you got an 89 Honda with 150,000 miles on it. How are you winning when you could go buy a brand new, Ferrari?
Yeah, you're winning a transmission that needs to be replaced is what the first thing you're winning.
I think that there's probably got a few leaks.
And some leaks.
They're only winning because they've been worn out and washed up.
Some damage on the bumper.
Oh, yeah. A lot of rear ending.
Bumper.
Oh, my.
So yeah, I think that guys, I think it's guys and girls. Now, don't get me wrong, there are some guys that will, beat a woman or assault them, and that really screws a woman up. I mean, I guess it would with anyone, just to play
That's
devil's
not-
advocate.
Mhm.
You get some of those guys that, domestic abusers, and they'll do stuff to a girl young, when she'll have that high school sweetheart.
And it's very scarring.
Yeah, I'm sure. It
Yeah,
causes
and I don't blame
trauma.
a woman for wanting to bash a dude's face in every time she sees him.
Yeah. And unfortunately,
When they-
this really
when they
taints
get out of
things
line.
for all of us, really, because if somebody, whether it be a guy, a girl, is domestically abusive and, the point where it's like physically abusive, I mean, that ruins it for everybody because that girl or girls have all, they'll never forget that. And it's always there.
And
But
then
it's hard.
Sad.
It's harder on the woman though, because they take the most. I guess they take the most of the damage being a woman than a guy would, and I don't know how that situation would occur, but the women just take a traumatic experience, and it's I can't even imagine what women go through with that.
Yeah, and on the flip side, you have a lot of these women that are getting abused or beat, and they stay with the partner.
Yeah, well, yeah.
They'll stay with them for I know quite a few experiences, and there's one that off the top of my head. Of course, I'm not going to name anybody, but 8 years. It was an 8-year relationship, and he used to, I mean, do all kind. I mean, you name it, he probably did it. She had the black eyes, the bruises.
Most about abusive family members and just stuff like that. But no, you're going into relationships, so I just make that clear. But yeah, no, you're right. I mean, some of these girls stay in these relationships and I say every time I watch one of these movies, and it's like, why don't you just run? Why don't you just take your kid and run, or just run and get out of the house and go and leave? I mean, why, what? I mean, I don't get it.
You hear
Yeah.
some of them say, they'll do interviews and stuff on shows, and they'll say, well, I was scared to go.
Mhm.
I was scared to go. Okay, well, you're just
You're
gonna
scared to stay.
right. Aren't you scared to stay too? I mean,
Mhm.
wouldn't it be better off to, like, this one girl, that I was talking about the situation? She ended up moving, out of state, but she had to pull the trigger and do that. Not literally pull the trigger, but to get away from it, she had to eventually do that. But the problem is, at the same time, they've shown psychologically, and we all know this, women like the bad guy.
Mhm.
But, there's that fine line, I think, when I think a woman wants you to, especially nowadays, a woman wants you to choke her until she starts turning purple. I think that's your cutoff line. So
That's the gray line.
that's the
purple.
gray area right there.
Right, or the purple area for that matter.
The purple area. Right.
No, I mean, I think when you talk about
You
these
should have
abuse-
asked YouTube's test.
you talk about these abusive relationships, and it's sad to hear about, of course, but then they'll say things like, this is for the kids. This is so that our kids, we're raising the kids and we can get them through graduation together. They can graduate high school, and
What,
this is also
choking
for
each other?
financial stability. So I'm going through an abusive relationship for the kids' sake, to get them through high school and into college, whatever else is going to be. Well, at least that's what they say.
Yeah, but if they're married to that person, you don't think they're going to get, like we've talked about in our last podcast, you don't think they're going to get half of that anyway and take care of child support if they
Well, yeah,
divorce?
Probably
Go on
more
there.
than that.
I mean, that's a thing. Like you just said, that's a good point.
Mhm.
If they use that, I'm staying for the kids. Why? Get the divorce, get half the stuff.
Mhm.
If he is abusive, the courts are definitely going to give you some kind of restraining order.
Staying because you want to stay, not because you
Yes.
want to go.
Exactly. And, I think that that's a huge issue too. What we talk about also is, you've probably heard me say before, you got to have a dad in the home. the father in the home. They show statistically that a 2-parent household, the kids are raised better if it's a male or a female. Kids are raised better in a 2-parent household because the father keeps men out of prison and keeps women off the stripper pole. So I think, and I can get your guys' opinion on here, but I think if there's a father in the household that's actually paying attention, he's actually there, he's going to tell his daughter how to find a good guy, what things she should not do, or what red flags she should look for. And you see a lot of these girls that get in these bad relationships. If you ask them, and I've done surveys, the majority of them have no father in the home. He's in prison, or he left, or something like that. So I think personally, if the father's not in the home, these women don't know how to pick the proper guy. And what happens is they end up picking the bad guy, which sometimes they should be able to see, like if the guy's got a tattoo on his neck, like we say, or a face tat or something of that nature, it's probably not a best bet.
Well, that's also then where,
Yeah.
you've obviously had a few years of school. It comes back to common sense.
Right.
If you didn't learn anything in the few years you were in school, then either you're a total dropout or you never went to school your entire life.
Right.
So,
right.
have some
Also,
common sense, then I don't know what to tell you.
Also, you see the pattern as Derek was mentioning. It's like you're a single mom. Well, you might have a daughter who's then a single mom. Then she might have a daughter who is then a single mom. Notice the pattern, and I've seen that happen. It's like, well, as he mentioned, there's no father figure, and there's nobody there. There's no male influence, and they keep making the same mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it's the simple mistakes is like not protecting yourself. Sometimes not seeing some guy and like going after it. Maybe you're an attractive girl. Well, if you're an attractive girl, that's great, but like you're going to get everybody after you, and then you feel like you get to pick and choose what you want to do, and it's the bad boys. The bad boys, they're the ones you're attracted to. The nice guys, they're in the back. You won't see them. They're interested, but they're in the back, and they're not going to win out over the bad boys. Right. And you get the bad boy. Good for you. And guess what? You're a single mom, just like your mom and your grandmother.
Yep. And all you get is the attention and the validation.
It's like,
no, that's what you get, the validation and the attention, and and then you end up a single mom, like you said.
It's like there's a meme that's going around, and we've probably seen something similar to it before. It's like it would show this picture of a woman, let's say in her 40s, whatever, and she's a total train wreck, and you see her in some skanky outfit smoking a cigarette and something. It's like, hey, this girl, it was the hottest girl in high school, and you had a crush on her, and she's finally willing to give you a chance now, and it shows this girl's a total train wreck.
9 kids and is divorced 3 times.
Yeah, but you've got your chance now. That's what you wanted 30 years ago in high school. Now is your time.
Yeah. Hey, that used car still gets you to point A to point B. Mm-hmm. Might be a little rough, might be a little rocky, might have some
bumpy,
funny smell.
Bumpy, yeah.
A few funny smells in the back seat, but
leaky.
A lot of busted gaskets. So it's we sit here and we talk about, okay, women are saying men are the issue. Well, we're sitting here going over several topics, and it seems like we just keep leading back to men are kind of just mirroring what women do.
Exactly. I think we've proven our point tonight as far as the way it's working. Women had started off with total control, and they did what they wanted. They got all their attention. They got everything they wanted. The guys have finally realized that, okay, we're tired of getting ghosted. We're tired of getting led on. We're tired of all this. We're just not going to go out. We're just going to do our thing. We're just going to make a phone call, and we're just going to ghost chicks. So now it's just coming full circle around to the women. And now the women are out there asking, where are all the good guys at? Where do you hang out? Where are you? Why am I getting ghosted? This is the second time I got ghosted. It's hurting my feelings. And well, you know what?
Yeah. How's
Get the
that feel?
medicine you've been putting out to everybody, all the other guys, last several decades.
What do we talk about? Karma. That's your karma.
Bitch.
I always said if I ever had a child, now this is a huge if I ever had a child, I would hope it's a daughter and I'd name her Karma. And she
We
would
know what karma
she would just go
is.
around and she would give everybody their just desserts,
Mhm.
But, that's a fantasy. It's
It is a
somewhere else.
fantasy.
Yeah.
And it's like, I think as we talk about this too, we talk about things like communication and like how you mentioned ghosting, right? Well, to some people, could be a girl or a guy. It's like, oh, this guy didn't text me for 2 days. He ghosted me. That doesn't mean that's the case. Sometimes it means like guy's just busy. Everybody has their different needs, and some are needier than others, and those become red flags. Like I had a buddy, his girlfriend said like, "Oh, you've got to call me on the phone every day." And that means like we talk for like an hour, and it's like, sorry, no. Or like some of these girls on a dating app, they're like, "Oh, I don't want to meet you until we video chat first." And it's like, I'm sorry, that's also a no. Or some of these girls that are like really, really quick texting, where like they say, "Oh, I'm texted you like 2 minutes ago. Why didn't you text me?"
Yeah, where are you? Why don't you text me back?
Or like some, a red flag saying like, if somebody texts you good morning, okay, well, that sounds nice, but it's like, I don't need a text that says good morning. You know what I mean? I appreciate you asking. I appreciate you saying good morning to me. It's like, but I don't need to text you back. It's like, oh, I'll text you later the day. It's like, oh, hey, have a good week. Let's hang out tomorrow. That's the appropriate amount of texting, rather than saying good morning, good afternoon. How was your lunch? How was your evening?
Did you eat today?
Yeah. Did you eat today? What did you eat? Did you cook? Did you go to a restaurant? Yeah. And just little things like that. Like, so, if someone's, texts you good morning as part of their relationship, red flag, bye.
Well,
Sorry.
you're bringing up a real good point, because you're saying that these women are like, hey, why haven't you texted me back? You
Mhm.
made me wait. Well, if all of these simps and just everybody, average guy, any guy, started doing that, if we all started doing it, how do you think the women are going to react then?
Mm-hmm.
If they're all like, oh my God, none of these guys are giving us attention.
Mm-hmm.
What are we going to do?
Right.
That's what it's starting to come down to, because every time I open the freaking social media, that's all I hear.
Mm-hmm. It's like, hey, I want you to have a good morning as well, but I don't need to say that. I don't need to text that, and I don't need to keep going back and forth like with like 10 different texts before noon. Sometimes when you sleep in, sometimes you don't need to say good morning, because good morning becomes good afternoon or good evening. We've all been there. And it's like, okay, it's like this. The best thing I feel as far as like modern day dating is like, let's get to the point where we can both hang out in person. That way I don't have to ask you about what you do, for work or where you go. Let's talk about that in person. That way we actually know in person firsthand what you do, or about your family life and how close you are to your family or your pets, or how much you love your dogs, even though I've seen photos of your dogs on your profile pictures, which is, oh, this dog, my dog, this is the real man in my life.
Yeah. And don't forget the horses.
And the horses too. And if they have a horse, it's going to be a guy horse, and that guy horse is going to be her man and her main man. And you're going to have to compete with him. That's for sure.
That's right.
Oh, I guess you just, I mean, I don't know what else to say.
John went on a rant there.
Yeah,
he
right,
went on a rant.
right.
I think
Wow, I didn't even expect this to come in.
Everything.
Well, you know what?
Yeah.
Something you mentioned there was a good morning text.
Mm.
I'm seeing over and over again, these women do TikToks.
Yeah.
And they'll be in bed and they'll get a text and they'll roll over, and it will be the guy saying, hey, sweetheart, good morning, sunshine, whatever.
Simp.
Yes. And she gets disgusted by that.
Mm-hmm.
And you'll see it. I've seen probably 50 videos just like this, where the women are like, ugh. And then there's another guy that texts them, hey, what's up? Garden tool. What's going on? We linking up tonight, whatever. And she'll be like, oh, texted him right back. That bad guy.
Yeah. Instead of saying what's up, you say sup.
Yeah.
SUP. What's up with that? Instead of saying
Sup,
say witch, W-I-T-D-A-T, dat. You say that a lot. That helps as far as the bad guy image.
Dat
Yeah.
helps. That helps.
Mm-hmm. What's up with you? You say, with you, W-I-T-U. Right?
It's
That's the
tough
way
to
to
be
go.
a bad boy. Then you get
Bad boy for life.
you get bad boy for life.
For life.
Yeah.
So ultimately, I think men need to stop simping.
Mm-hmm.
I think if you
I
men,
think they're starting to, though. I think
I
they're
believe so.
starting to.
I believe you're
I
right.
think we are, creating that trend and not doing so, which is good.
Yes. I mean,
Yes.
especially for,
Stop it, fellas.
right. And, especially the younger generations underneath of us, if we've got siblings or whatever, and nieces, nephews, they look up to us being older, and we have to show them, hey, this is what needs to be done. Because I don't see a lot of older women telling younger women, hey, you girls should be respectful of men. You girls should, not ghost them. You girls should, give the nice guy a chance. I've never seen an older mother, aunt, grandma, maybe a great grandma. Never seen a mother or an aunt say that. Never, ever have I seen them, tell their daughter, hey, you need to respect the guy. Look for that nice guy.
Well, they tell them they're scumbags, they're dirt bags, and
yes.
you treat them like crap, and don't let them take advantage of you, and don't let them do this, that, and the other, and blah, blah, blah.
Yes.
Maybe they say, my grandkids, they come first. My nieces, they come first.
Those kids always come first, don't they?
No, they always do.
Yeah.
You know that.
Do you know that there's only two things in life that are loved unconditionally? You know what those are?
Kids and animals.
Puppies and great and grandmothers.
It's kids and animals. Kids and animals are so men, you should listen to this. There's only two things. Kids and animals are the only two things that women can love unconditionally.
Puppies, animals. I was 50% right.
Right. Yeah, it's children, like Sean said, it's children and animals. Those are the only two things that are loved.
7.
Think about this. We could watch a movie where like people are shooting each other and hundreds of people get killed. But if bad things happen, like an injury or death to the animals, like dogs and stuff, well, that's a real problem. You could kill hundreds of humans, but like if you hurt or kill one dog in a movie, well, that's a real issue.
Oh yeah, you'll see a woman watch a war movie, let's say, and 50 guys will get shot down, and they won't shed a tear. As soon as that little puppy gets shot, oh my God, I can't believe they shot that dog. I can't.
They're bawling, and their tears are running down their face.
Yes.
Yeah, tragic.
So yeah, that's what sucks, because men are loved in condition that we can provide the woman something financially.
Well, you know what? I think things are about to change.
Well, I think, like you said, things are slowly changing. And I think it's because of podcasts like ours and Fresh and Fit. Shout out to Fresh and Fit and other guys like that, because, we're kind of educating these guys, and we're showing them things that we've been through personally. We're showing them videos and instances where, hey, you know what? What's that?
Facts.
Yes. Facts. Absolutely.
That's a good word to use. Facts.
And so, yeah, I think a lot of guys are starting to see, and I think the more we plug away at this, the more men are going to see it. And women, what are you going to do if we're such a problem, if us men are such a problem on our dating? How about we just stop approaching you? We stop trying to initiate dating. We stop trying to initiate conversation. How about we all just start doing that? Then what? What are you ladies going to do?
Where you go. You think you're complaining now? Let's see what happens when we shut it totally down.
Yeah, I mean, it's a turning of the tables process, and we kind of have to chip away at that. It's a little bit.
We're gonna start having our black book again.
Yeah, our black book, right? And put those numbers in the black book, in the Rolodex.
Yeah.
right? Something called a Rolodex from back in the day, and it's like, it's just the little things I think that can really help things in our favor. Is like, if some girl wants you to text her right away, don't wait a while.
Right.
Wait some time, wait hours, wait days,
Right.
wait longer than you think you should, just to see how's it going to go.
Yeah.
Test them.
And like I said, yes, because they're testing.
Unless I'm trying to get something done for work, then I need a text right back.
Right. But we're not talking about work.
Yeah. We
might be, but like, what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I know. Yeah, no, it is. I mean, you just, I think it's come down to where the fellas just need to start kicking back and doing what the ladies have been doing for the last several decades and treating men how they feel at the moment. Like Dee and I talked about, it's about the moment. And, guys need to just live their life and, do your thing and get back to somebody when you have time to do it. And don't just do it to do it.
Yeah. And like I brought up before, the men, if you go to other countries like Colombia and there's some Asian countries and stuff like that, the women treat you really well.
Oh, yeah.
They're very respectful. They have no problem making you a sandwich. I've even seen videos with this guy. His girlfriend will do his nails while he's working. And I mean, you name it. She's cleaning the house. She's doing whatever. And they're attractive women.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you guys ever seen any women from Colombia.
I think we're going to Colombia on
TV.
a podcast.
Only in like TV and movies.
No, we definitely need to go to Colombia.
Colombia, a lot of women.
Go to Colombia and do a podcast.
Yeah, a lot of women, a lot of drugs. Okay, let's hop on board the plane.
Yeah.
Right. Let's go. Pack my bags. Get me my COVID test to make sure I can make it to Colombia first. Right?
Jeez.
Poke me with that needle.
Is that still a thing?
Right. Give me
a
that
thing?
shot. Give me that shot. Poke my arm. We're going to Colombia. What happens in Colombia stays in Colombia. Well, probably.
No, that's never a true story.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But when I went to Vegas, it didn't stay in Vegas.
No.
No.
Did you get the gift that keeps on giving?
No, not that gift. But I got a crashed gift.
Yeah. So yeah, I think that's what's going to start happening. If women think guys are the problem in dating, a lot of men are going to start holding back. They're not going to be approaching. They're not going to be texting. They're not going to be giving you those good morning texts.
Mm-hmm.
And they're going to start buying escorts or going to other countries where they get treated well.
Mm-hmm. Like kings sometimes.
And that's the thing too. And yeah, I wasn't really going to bring that into this conversation, but that's the thing. I mean, guys can just pick up the phone, staying at home, and just pick up the phone, make a phone call, and have a girl come over. They don't need drama. You don't pay them to come over. You pay them to leave.
That's
So
right. I read a study somewhere that says that
one of those things, they don't need all the drama of a woman
song
anymore.
per song.
Yeah. They just don't need all the drama. They don't need all the headache. And that's what guys have been given the last several decades. And guys are just tired of it. And you women ask, where are the guys at? Where do they hang out? Where are you? Where's the good guys? What are you doing? We're hanging out at home, chilling, probably working from home and making money and making a phone call.
Yeah.
Without all the drama. That's what we're doing.
I read a study somewhere that said that men earn an exorbitant amount more of money if they're single versus being in a relationship. And I firmly believe that, you're able to save more. You don't have to take this girl out on vacations and give her all this attention and buy her all these gifts. Men are simple. We're simple. We don't need all that.
Well, I think there's some girls you take out, even like if it's like, maybe a first date, second date, whatever, or even it's not a date where like you take them out. It's like, man, I know I'm paying the bill and all the bill tonight. Like, I know there's no other route in this situation. Like this girl is not the one that's going to be like, oh, I'll pay for the bill tonight, or at least pay my way. Like, tonight I'm losing $200 because of this girl who, I don't even know if I like, and she's here. It's like, it's a little too late now because you're already on the hook.
Okay, so you just stay home, pick up the phone, and pay $200 and not have to deal with dinner, driving there and going out.
There's a
and get
solution.
ready, and there's the fix.
There's a solution.
There's a solution to this problem, and the women aren't getting it because a lot of men, it's not about the emotional thing. It's about being satisfied. So, don't get me wrong. I mean, guys love women, but we rather have not the headache and everything else that comes along with it and just be satisfied and not deal with everything else. I mean, that's what a lot of guys would rather prefer, in my opinion.
Yeah, but I thought men were the problem. I thought we were the problem with modern dating.
I've been trying to figure out an answer for that, but I don't think I can come up with one.
Well, it goes back to original point, the simps, the simp guys, if you want to
the
call them
problem.
guys, like, oh, this girl, I'm in love with her. She posted this photo of bikini on Instagram. Oh, that's my girl. And I don't think she's talking to any other guys except me.
Yeah.
Yeah. No other guys are liking her photos, and no other guys are talking to her. And
Oh my god!
yeah, no. She just said no. I'm just talking to you.
Those photos on
you
TikTok,
alone.
I'm like,
You alone, Derek.
Swipe. I just can't even listen to your
I
mouth.
swiped right, and no other guys, just you.
Jesus.
Well, that's another thing with dating apps you're talking about.
Mhm.
They said that, and I've seen it. I've had girls show me. Girls just get on those dating apps for the attention.
Sure.
They've got hundreds of guys in their list that are matches, and they're just doing it for the attention. They don't even meet up with half of them.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and I've even had it from experience. And then when you do meet up with them, they don't look like the picture.
No.
What?
It's probably from 14 years ago.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, this is news to me.
They got their glamour
Yeah.
shots they give you online.
I used to be 110 until I got 310.
Yeah, right.
I like to think of like it's like a video game. It's like keep swiping. It's like, oh, I got all these matches. This is like a video game. It's like a video game high score. It doesn't even matter if like we're actually gonna go out. It's like, oh, I got the high score in this video game because I got like 20 guys to like my photo tonight and to match with me. Oh, this is great. I'm scoring points right here on whatever said dating site you want to talk about. Bumble or whatever else.
Yeah. So I think this guy's having some technical difficulties.
Technical
over here.
difficulties up in this.
You still got that ghost in there?
Yeah, he's getting ghosted. He's getting ghosted right now.
He actually thinks he's got a ghost in there. He's seen some things move. And tables fall over. So yeah, technically he's getting ghosted.
They taught him how to ghost others.
I think I do have a ghost in here.
No, ghost in the machine.
Yeah. Hey, maybe it's a hot woman ghost.
Well,
Yeah. Is she under the table right now?
I thought I felt something scratching.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think, I think ultimately, I think the only thing that I can think of that men are really contributing negatively to dating is by giving women too much attention, putting them up on a pedestal, being simps.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, I think
once we solve that problem, I think everything's good.
Yeah. I think men are getting shafted pretty much, but women, you keep saying that men are the biggest issue. Well, comment, send us something. Let us know. Come on the show.
They can't, because they know everything we say is exactly what's happening. There's no woman that's going to come on here and talk about this because they know everything we say is true. And all the women out there that we hear that watch our videos that say, you guys are women haters, you guys are women this, women that. No, we say the truth. We say the facts. We get the statistics. These are not our opinions.
Yes.
This is the real life deal, and you girls can't handle it, so you don't want to come in and debate us or talk about it. Period. End of story.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Like I said, I got a message from a girl saying that we were bashing women and that, I was,
Well, come on come on and you record exactly where we were bashing women and you bring it on and we'll play it on our podcast. And if you can't, then just shut your face.
yeah. She says the reason that I've become a dick is because women aren't awful. It's because I passed up so many good women looking for something younger and hotter.
They're just awful at it.
Hmm.
You know,
At the same time, this is the girl that was giving BJ's in the parking lot,
yeah.
at the bar, and then got a guy she just met going out to the parking lot, giving him a BJ in the car, and then going back like nothing happened.
They don't have
Apparently, guys, those are the good girls.
Yeah. And all these girls can say all they want about how we do say this and say that about women. So until you grow a set, ladies, and want to come on here and debate us and talk about it, I suggest you just keep your pie hole shut.
No, you want to know what? I want to hear it all. I want to hear everything they got to say.
Keep your pie hole shut unless you want to come on here and talk about it. Otherwise, I don't want to hear your face.
A huge problem. A lot of them won't, because like we said, a lot of the information we're putting out, especially these facts,
yeah,
they are offended by it because it puts them,
and it's happened to them.
Yes. Yeah. So I give some girls the statistics. If, there's, let's say, for example, a single mom, it seems to be harder for single moms to find a relationship because they have that child. And a lot of guys are like, hey, we don't want to take care of a kid that's not ours. Now, is that wrong?
Women?
What's that?
And that's bashing women because we talk about that?
Well, I get a lot of women that get offended, and I figured out, the reason that they're offended.
Well, psychological problems then.
The reason that they're offended is it because they fall into those statistics. They realize in their head, God, I'm one of those statistics that can't find a guy. I'm never going to be able to find the guy I want because I am that statistic.
Because I have 9 kids by 12 different guys, and I fall into those statistics.
Yes. And they get offended because they come to reality. Whenever you make a woman face reality, and look into the mirror, she gets offended. Instead of her taking the criticism in stride,
the responsibility.
And instead of her taking the criticism in stride, she will just get offended and defensive.
Yeah. And again, like, as you're saying, is like, if you have one kid and is a single mom, it's not going to take your number up. It's going to take your number down. Sorry, it's going to. Yeah. At least a notch, probably a couple notches or more. Okay. Because that's just, we in reality, as a guy, we know that we have to deal with you and whatever your child or children are. And maybe they're great children. However, we still have to deal with some level of that, and I think you mentioned before, let's say if you have adult children, okay, well, that's probably the best scenario. In this case, if you have adult children, and the adult children are saying, hey, mom, go for it. I like that guy. It's like, okay, let's do that. But then again, if she has a kid who's like 8 years old, it's like, oh, I've got to take you out to the amusement park, or I've got to go take you out to, the playground. I've got to push you on the swing, a good amount. And it's just like, then you have your extra maintenance. Yeah. And that really complicates things. And your mom, despite how hot your mom may be as a single mom, that's going to take her down a notch, probably more than a couple notches, really. If she was a 9 before becoming a single mom, she's going down to a 6.
Right.
And then if she's got maybe 2, 3, 4 kids, she's going down to a 2.
Yes. And here is the thing, when women go down, they
no pun intended. Whoops.
Yeah, more women need to go down. Yeah. I think that's another problem.
When they go down notches on this scale,
yeah. You know what? If you went down, your notch might come up. If you're a 6, you might get a 6.5.
Yeah.
Oh shoot! My pick him a bobber.
But I think the ghost must be in there.
Yeah, the ghost is in the room.
The ghost in there.
Yeah. He's getting ghosted right about now.
Yeah.
Maybe this isn't a bad way to be ghosted.
I think he's having a good time down there,
Yeah.
down south. The heat must be getting
Down
to him.
south.
Yeah, the old heat must be getting to him down there.
I sense a heat wave.
Make sure you stay hydrated down there.
Hi, Drew. What?
Make sure you stay hydrated.
I got my water.
Drink that H2O, Scotty.
That's right. That's right.
But yeah, no. I mean, I think we've pretty much self-explanatory-ated it.
That's a new one. We're gonna make a dictionary just for you.
I think I need my own.
Self-explanatory.
Yeah,
You're gonna have
That's a good word.
your own thesaurus, the rock star thesaurus.
But
Yeah, let's play that in a game of Scrabble or Words with Friends or something like that.
Well,
right?
like we were talking, I wanted to get on and we talked, we wanted to do this show to, come out and say, hey, look, it's not always women. Guys do some things too.
Absolutely.
And we're laying it out there,
yeah,
It-
but I'm gonna be a little chauvinist, and I'm gonna say,
What?
I'm gonna say,
A
nope,
little bit.
it's not us guys, it's you chicks.
A lot of the facts seem to lead back to women. I mean, if women pick the wrong guy in their 20s and then they want to complain about it in their 30s, how is that our fault?
Yeah.
But like I said, playing devil's advocate, there are some men that are abusive and stuff
Mhm.
that do kind of screw these women up when they might be 18 or 19 or whatever. But you as a woman need to go get therapy. You need to get professional help. And
And if the guy has too many tattoos or tattoos on his neck, I mean, that's what I would call a red flag. Nothing against people like tattoos, but it's
I think a neck tattoo and a face tattoo is a
No.
huge red
yeah.
flag.
Or a lower back tattoo, and that's a different story, right? Lower back tattoo on like a girl or something is like, oh,
The old tramp stamp.
yeah.
They actually moved that. The tramp stamp used to be here.
Mm-hmm.
The new tramp stamp's right here. It's
Oh,
under the breast.
okay.
Yeah, it moves within time.
Okay.
Yeah,
Things
and
can-
now it's just right here, and it says go down.
Now, I think that's more of an invitation than a tramp stamp. Then we're on this real quick. They did a study with 1,000 guys, and they were all well-off, well-to-do gentlemen. And they said the worst red flag tattoo they look for in a woman is a foot tattoo. If a woman has a
Oh.
tattoo on the top of her foot, that is a huge red flag that she is not good for long-term prospect.
Oh.
What?
A foot tattoo,
That's,
yeah.
I had not heard of
say
that.
it because I'll be the worst woman hater in the world. So
Why did they?
Anyway.
what is the connection of that
So-
between the foot tattoo and like not being a very good person?
I just
So-
thought maybe it was going to
relationship.
be one where they were going to kick you in the ass and boot you out or something.
No. So 1,000 men, they did a survey of 1,000 men that were well-to-do. And they said from their experiences, 1,000 men, from their experience, the biggest red flag they seen from dating was women with a foot tattoo. They were the worst women to deal with. Yeah. So men, if you see a foot tattoo,
Run.
run.
Run. See a foot
Gosh,
tattoo.
you learn something new every day.
Yeah. Yeah. And I actually have this survey. I don't know if I showed you the survey I made for women, but it's actually for men to take. And it scales, if the woman is going to be a long-term option or if she's like a side chick or a one-night stand. And I've had several women take it and it works pretty well. Except for a lot of women lie on it.
Mhm.
They will actually tell you the wrong stuff. They'll answer it incorrectly. So it's a really good measure for men to take, though, to see if the woman is, a long-term prospect. And I do have the tattoo thing on there. There's a lot of, it's all made from stats and facts. It's made from facts,
Mhm.
not made up. It is
What about those
statistics.
Fact checkers. We'll have to get the fact checkers on this.
Yes. So, it's just another tool that we have to, help men in this dating environment that is so great.
It's a jungle out there.
It certainly is.
become, but I think the roles are starting to be reversed.
I think they are. I think you're right. And I think more men, like we said, need to stop putting women on a pedestal. Um, only deal with women that are coming to you and showing you attention. You know, if you deal with those women, then I think you'll have a better chance than you chasing this woman and giving her validation through text and likes and hearts. Don't even mess with it, man. Stop dealing with that crap.
It's like the old saying is like when you go, let's say you're there or with your family or something, going out to find a family pet, a dog. You go to a place where it has a bunch of dogs, puppies, right? Pick the puppy that comes to you first. Pick that puppy that's like gravitates right to you. It's like, oh, I want to go to your home. You know, everybody else, you know, maybe there's some other puppy. You're like, oh, I love that puppy, but that puppy's not even paying attention to me. It's like this one came right to me. Well, maybe it's the same way with dating.
Yeah,
I kind of think it is.
Yeah.
Well, it is kind of when you're out in a bar. I mean, you kind of see what girls kind of start coming over your way or looking at you and start moving that way and whatnot.
How often does that really happen, though?
I don't live in the area, so you know, every time I go out.
Now you do get on dating sites where like, you know, somebody is like sends you the first message on a dating site. It's a girl. It's like, oh, wow. Okay. You think about things a little bit differently if like a girl sends you a message first. You're like, whoa. I was like, well, this doesn't, you know,
I don't really
normally you're the one that sends the first message.
I don't do dating sites.
I know.
I have Publix.
He goes to the grocery store and just picks up women in the meat department.
No.
In the old right next to the ground beef for $2.99.
I don't do dating site. I mean, you know, if I go out and something happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I don't look for it. If it's going to happen, it's going to happen. But I mean,
you're looking for that spark, that love at first sight.
Right. Yeah. I don't have to come home with somebody every night, but
looking for that Disney fairy tale.
Story, but it you know, I'm picky.
Yeah. Well, I think more men need to be picky. I think it's a thing that needs to happen with modern day men.
And I got to talk to the girl first too. You know, like I've said on previous podcasts, if I can't stand being around you for 5 minutes, I sure in the hell don't want you around me for an entire night.
Yeah. Yeah. That's the thing.
Women tape in your mouth.
Or what about whole lifetime?
Yeah. Forget it.
Cringe.
Man,
that's the thing. A lot of women will say that, oh, well, I can just go get another guy. I got options. Yes, you can. You can. Yeah, absolutely. Guys, if a woman is giving you, you know, a bunch of shit, don't put up with it.
Peace.
Walk away. You got to show women that you have options as well, and you're not going to deal with that crap. So more men need to start doing that. Walk away. And yes, they do have options. Every woman does. But
every woman has more options than guys, that's for sure.
Absolutely.
You have your options.
It's easier for women. Women got options as soon as they turn of age. Men are checking them out. Now, us men, we have to earn it. We have to, you know, work out. We've got to get a good paying job. We've got to get, you know, all this stuff that women don't have to. So women are living on easy street, yet they they complain, oh, it's the men, it's the men, it's the men.
You know what, D? That's where I'm telling you, it comes down to the difference, because I don't give a shit how hot you are. If I talk to you and can't stand you for 30 seconds, I don't give a shit if you're the hottest woman on the planet.
Right.
I don't want nothing to do with you if I can't stand talking to you. So now it's not only coming down to personality, it's coming down to we're just sick of you dealing with your shit.
Yeah, and that's the thing.
Now, it's getting worse for them than it actually used to be, I think.
Yes, and that's a big thing that a lot of women don't understand is that, yes, you can go get another option, but most of those men just want to bang you. You know,
that's it.
Yes, most of those men are just going to be
used for, knock yourself out, literally.
And I mean, you know, what we found out, right, is like, you know, as everybody gets older, we all get older, you know, we're all not going to become better looking, neither were the girls. So you have to look at other things like personality. It's like, hey, is this a great personality I can get along with? And
That's
more
insane.
importantly, is this somebody I can trust? Somebody I can trust and say, hey, I'm going to go here this weekend. You go here that weekend. And I'm going to trust that you're not going to be hanging out with some other dude doing who knows what. And me the same.
Yeah. So men attain women, and then women have to retain a man. So right after a man, blows his load, can you keep him around after that? Most women can't, because they have a horrible personality or they don't know how to have a conversation. Nothing. The majority of
that's what I've been saying through I don't know how many podcasts, that it's a 90%, I mean 80% it's personality. You can be a 5 looks, but if you've got the best personality in the world and I love hanging out with you and doing stuff with you and can tolerate you, you're a 10.
right.
Or at least an 8 or 9.
Right. Because after the sex, you got to deal with them. You got to be able to have conversation. You got to be able to, hang around with them. I mean, if you want to
saying is
you want to keep them around.
Yeah. And when you're in the dark, if you're in the dark, nobody's a 5 or a 10 or a 1. You're in the dark.
Yeah.
I wish it's black.
I wish more grocery stores still gave out paper bags. Those would really come in handy.
Yeah, it's just, I mean, I don't know. I these girls, I think I think it's starting to turn the corner on these girls now, because they've treated the guys bad for so long that I think guys are finally starting to understand the red flags, like we're explaining, and either running, or just not putting up with the BS and starting to treat the women like they've treated the guys for so long. And now it's like you said, karma.
Yeah, the tables,
but karma, you have just gotten.
The tables have turned.
Yes.
That's a good common theme for tonight.
Yes. Yeah. So in a nutshell, I think, we started this podcast trying to figure out what men are doing wrong. I think in conclusion, the only thing we really found is that men need to stop simping. Stop giving all this free attention to women. Make them earn your attention.
It's not free, fellas.
No. Like I brought this up before, women are hypergamous. That means that they always want better. They want a guy that makes more than them. They want a guy that has better status than them, right? So with that science, if they want a guy that makes more, that is more status, wouldn't that mean that the guy is actually the prize? Wouldn't that mean that the guy is better? So they should have to earn us, right? So why the hell are all these guys going around and they're treating these women like they're princesses? No, it should not happen. Guys, get a good paying job, get your stuff together, and buy it. If you got to buy it, go ahead and buy an escort, or save up your money and go to Colombia, go to Costa Rica, go to these Oriental countries. Find these women that are going to treat you good. Don't put up with these
call an escort.
That's what I said. Yeah, just call an escort. Don't put up with these women in the West with all this feminist propaganda and all this crap.
Yeah. Princess high maintenance.
Yeah, we don't need the high maintenance. Men have enough problems to deal with in this world.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, look, here's one prime example. Selective service. If they call us up in the military, who's got to go? Who's going to be on the front line? You think us or a group of women? I'm pretty sure it's going to be us.
Yeah, them in their pink dresses and stuff.
Oh, God.
Oh, yeah. Or their pantsuits. Maybe they're wearing the pantsuits and to show their independence anyway.
I don't know. I don't know how that goes anymore. I mean, if you get called into duty, do they call women and men, or do they call men first? Or
so no, if men have
to show this about that. I don't want to say, hey, the military only calls guys when it comes to
So yeah, selective service. All men have to fill out selective service. And in some states, if they don't, it's a fine or jail time. if they don't fill out the selective service card. Like I got mine when I was in high school. We had to fill it out, and it essentially puts us in that draft lottery. Now, women never had.
Yeah. So if there was a draft right now, would they wouldn't just, I mean, would they call men and women?
It's only men right now, but it was a huge thing on TikTok. I don't know if you've seen this, where they wanted to put women into it. Maybe like 2 years ago, maybe right before COVID or something. They were talking about adding women to selective service as well, which, if they want equality, I think they should.
Yes.
But on the other hand, do you want a bunch of these women fighting our war? I mean,
that's a tough call, I mean,
no comment.
In the old days, you would have, let's say, World War II, right? You'd have our men called into service going overseas and fighting. Meanwhile, some of our women, which included their wives, were still at home, but still doing things like domestic jobs, like, for example, sewing to make like uniforms and stuff.
Right.
In some form, I was like, hey, that's great. There's no problem with that. So nowadays, yeah, I mean, because now you have like these differences in like people claiming different genders. And
equality, like Dee said, equality. Hey, if it's equality, then I want everybody available for draft.
Yes. And what they've been talking about too in the military is lowering the standards that women need to meet in regards to.
Well, they can still clean toilets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They do. They do have toilet cleaners and dishwashers and moppers, and I mean, there's your.
If they want equality, I think we should give it to them. If we have to do, let's say, 30 pull-ups, you should have to do 30. If we got to do 60 push-ups, you should have to do 60. There's your equality.
God forbid.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
well,
I'm a girl. I'm not as strong as you. I can only do 10.
If we have to golf at this tee, you have to golf at the same tee, and not like a tee that's like 50 feet ahead of us.
Yeah.
Hey,
that's another thing.
Quality until the differences become different.
Only when it benefits them, like we talk about all the time. Women want equality only when it benefits them.
So, ladies, if you think we're bashing you, we probably are. You don't want equality. You just want what benefits you.
That's exactly it. And look how much women have nowadays. For example, we talk about the court systems all the time. If a woman goes to court, it's probably an 80 to 90% chance that they're going to favor. If the decision's going to be in her favor, she's going to get child support. She's going to get alimony. She's going to get half your shit. Women have it all now, and they're still complaining.
I know.
Still saying it's man.
Here's the thing. Women, if you want respect, deserve it and earn it.
Right.
Otherwise, you're not getting it.
That's right. Men, we need to stop giving free attention. Like I said before, you need to make women earn your attention. I'll give you a quick example. I had this girl, I thought it was funny. She says, why haven't you been, hitting me up or texting me or whatever? I says, my attention is not free. Her response was, why not? I'm like, what do you mean, why not? It's not free.
Would you you should have said, well, remind me again what you charge?
No, she
yeah.
I mean, they all charge, but this one, she was not
she would have to,
she wasn't a sex worker.
Earn my attention. Like, why do I want to go, meet with you? Why do I want to call you? Why do I want to text you? Because there's other people that are options.
Mm-hmm.
Why you over them? It's like a job interview.
Yeah.
Why should we hire you over these other candidates that we have right here in a resume stack, which could be 5 people, could be 10 people, could be 100 people.
Yeah.
And they're all right there and interested.
They go around giving these guys with face tattoos, give up their body and give them sex for nothing, and then have a child with them. And then they come to guys that are well established and they expect them to pay for everything.
Yeah.
To get sex. And it's like, oh, you gave it for free, but now you want us to pay for it?
Exactly. Yeah, you gave it for free to get knocked up and have a baby, but now you want it paid for because you have a baby with no baby daddy.
Exactly.
Whoops.
Yes. Yes. So again, how is that our fault? You know what? If he was a bad guy, you should have known, you should have seen the red flags. You women should see, like we say, if he's got a face tattoo, he just got out of cell block D, he's probably not going to be a good choice for a parent. That
Especially if
seems
the
pretty common sense.
Block D.
Yeah, or the teardrops, if he's got a couple of
Yeah,
teardrops.
he's in a gang.
Yeah.
Sorry, no offense to anybody who's in a gang. I don't want to get on your bad side. And
Yeah.
hey, all due respect.
Yeah. So one thing I do want to put out with is sex workers, escorts. We love you girls. Guys, keep giving them attention. We love the sex workers. You girls are really, awesome. A lot of guys like to deal with like sex workers and strippers and stuff because they know what it is. They're coming out and they're saying, hey, we're promiscuous. This is what we do. They're not trying to hide it like these other women.
Right.
These other women are pretending that they're not garden tools, but we all know deep down they're doing something, behind some guy's back. I would prefer.
That's the difference is the sex workers are telling you like it is. Every other natural girl that's not a sex worker, quote unquote, is probably doing what they're doing behind somebody's back, and then that's why they're treated the way that they are finding out online when people are saying, oh, why can't we find you? Why can't we do this? Why can't we, why don't you treat us good or what? So, well, now you know why.
Yeah, ladies, it's simple. You need to learn how to vet in your young age, vet for an appropriate guy, vet for a good guy. Okay. I don't want to hear this. Oh, well, this guy was absolutely great. You've probably seen videos and heard this all the time. I was with so-and-so when I was in my 20s. He was awesome. He paid for everything. He had a nice house, nice car. He took me on trips, but I cheated on him or I left him. You know what? Oh, and you ask him, why did you do that? He was boring. He was working all the time. How do you think he's
but now the guy you got now, you live in a freaking RV in the swamps with a toothless guy, and
hey, those double wides are
might be a
nice
bad
and
guy,
roomy.
but
Those double wides are nice and roomy now.
Or like you
I'm
said,
not talking a double wide. I'm talking like a motorhome trailer,
Down by the swamp.
RV trailer in the swamp.
Ding 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 ding.
Yeah,
I would
now,
say
now you're really living the high life.
I mean, you know how Derek, you said it's simple. I would say it's simple.
That's right.
Yeah.
Simping ain't easy.
Yeah,
Simping ain't easy.
It's hard out here for a simp.
Boom. That's gonna be a meme.
Yeah,
I think
it already is.
I think we're gonna put you as a meme though.
Oh wow! Don't put me as a simp. I mean, you could as a meme anyway, but like.
So I think in conclusion, for all this, we really can't figure out what men are doing so bad to you women. We would love for you to come on. We're getting all these comments and emails and messages. Oh, you're bashing women. You're hating on women. Okay, come on and tell us. We would love to hear about you. We'll get you on the show. We'll let you talk. We want to hear everything that you got to say. We're
Maybe not as much as Eva, but we'll let you talk.
Well, some guests like to talk, a lot.
You won't be censored on our show, at least not much, unless you say really bad words.
Right. We're gonna let you ladies talk. We'd love to hear from you. We have a good time. And
we always do.
Right. And I'm just basically doing this show to save face, so I don't look like a woman hater anymore. Because I've been called misogynistic and so much. And again, like
misogynistic. I'm a misogynistic. I want somebody to come on this show. I want some woman to come, girl, woman, chick, lady, whoever you are. I want you to come on this show and tell me how I'm misogynistic.
Yeah. Like we said, I don't think a lot of people know the definition of that.
You can do it.
Yeah. Yeah. We'd love to have women on.
Challenge is out there.
Challenge is definitely out there.
Challenge is thrown out. Let's do that on a future podcast.
I give you $100 if you come on this show and tell me I'm misogynistic.
Right. There you go, ladies. $100. It's out there. Who wants to come on? And
hey, Scott, you're a misogynistic.
Did you get a
Where's
sex
my
change?
money? Give you my PayPal, my Venmo, and all that, or you could just take me.
Any
somewhere.
woman that wants
Cash
to
App,
come on
Cash
here,
App.
and if you can show me I'm misogynistic, I will send you $100 gift certificate, whatever you want. $100, it's yours. But you need to come on here and tell me how I'm misogynistic.
$100 in Victoria's Secret cash.
Whatever you want.
Yeah, gift cards, gas
cards,
cards,
gas
cash
cards.
money.
Cash money.
You had it. It's out there, ladies. I mean, who would pass that up? It's a free $100. You come on and explain why you think we're bashing women, or
It's
why
free.
you think Scott's misogynistic.
Free tank of gas.
Yeah, come
Go.
on, ladies.
1 tank of gas.
Now I've got other ladies that want to come on, and they're totally cool. You know, they've, like, for instance, Sly. You know, she knows both of us. She knows
Yeah.
how we are. We've talked to her before the podcast, and she's just one of them in a handful of other ladies that know how we are, and we don't
And
hate
know
on
how
women.
women are.
What's that?
And know how women are as well. I mean, even though
Yeah.
she's a woman, she knows how some women are. And
Yes.
Yeah, but
what
she's
we're
sly.
talking about.
She's sly though.
She's
Sly. That's our girl, Sly.
She's very sly.
yeah, but you
She's
know,
100% sly, honestly.
like I said, we've got a lot of women that, you know, want to come on, and they have no problem. They know that we have a good time. They know that if they go out with us, we're having a good time. And God, I just don't understand it, ladies. Why do you think we're bashing? Are you offended by what we're saying? Is that what it is? I think you're offended.
I think it's
gotta be.
because it's true.
That's what I'm saying. Like I said, I think they fall into those statistics and they are angry. But I could be wrong.
That's what I've been doing. I'm just gonna tell these guys they're bashing chicks.
Yes, because they have no way to debate us. They have
Well,
no facts.
$100. Any of you chicks want to come on here and tell me how I'm bashing girls or ladies or women? You get your ass on here, and I'll give you $100. And if you can do it, you'll get it. But
Let's plan that. That'll be our
I
next
guarantee you,
podcast.
there ain't one gonna come on here because they're scared, because they know they can't. They know they can't.
Yeah. And it's another thing too. A lot of these women that are saying that we're bashing or whatever, they don't even know us. They've never met us. They're seeing what's on a few podcasts. And like I said, essentially, I think they're getting offended by the facts and statistics that we're throwing out.
And then it's actually what they're doing, and they don't like it. They don't like knowing that they're actually doing what we're telling is going on.
No, you know, I always tell women about this study that Morgan Stanley did, that by 2030, 45 to 50% of women are going to be single and childless. And I think that scares a lot of these women. And instead of them changing for the better, they're just going to get angry at us.
Yeah.
Oh, it's all men. It's men's fault.
You know, they just had a thing come up, and I didn't directly hear the numbers, but that less women are having kids today.
Yeah.
Are having kids more women are having less kids all the time
Right.
than
the
it used
population's
to be,
going down.
because, like we're talking about,
Birth rate. Going down.
guys or lady, they just don't want to put up with it. They're just like, I don't want to have kids. I don't want to have kids. I don't want to have kids. Whether they protect themselves or try to protect themselves, nobody wants kids anymore because nobody wants to deal with the mama drama. Nobody wants to deal with
Baby
the
mama drama.
support, and nobody wants to deal with having half their shit taken away. Nobody wants to deal with all the bull crap that comes along with it. So they're like, screw it. I'm not going to have kids.
Right.
Yeah.
And
I don't
I'm
wanna
just
grow
grow
up.
up my life.
I don't want to
and
have kids.
the fullest until I'm gone.
Right. Absolutely. Yes. And you know, that's like we said, it's coming down to men. You just need to stop simping. And we'll see what happens. I tell a lot of these ladies, you know, they get offended and all this stuff. I say, buy a dog, die alone. That was the old line from Kevin Samuels. Rest in peace of Kevin Samuels. But buy a dog, die alone. He used to tell all these women, and they got so offended by it.
I have no problem with it. Even though I've had 2 dogs, and I probably will never buy another one because damn near killed me having those two pass away, but I'll still die alone.
Yeah, but like Sean was saying, a lot of these women now, they will get dogs to substitute for men because
Well, that's great.
they can't find a man, you know.
Or buy 20 cats and die alone.
There you go. There you go. Crazy,
It's the same,
crazy cat.
same
I don't care.
outcome.
For all I care, I'll just keep calling the workers.
Yep. Crazy cat, ladies. Or like we said, we're gonna make a trip to Colombia. See what else nice
Colombia and Vegas.
Yeah. You know what? I've met some of these.
We'll do a podcast there.
Yeah. I've met a lot of these foreign girls from other countries that come over here for whatever. And dude, the way that they treat you is so different than these freaking women over here. They're respectful. They'll go and
probably a 500,000 over here by now.
You know, there's a few over here, but some of them come over, you know, on the work visas, or they come over for like a school thing or whatever. But the way different. And you know, like I said, man, stop dealing with these women in the West. They want to be strong and independent. Let them be.
Let them on their own and let them make their own life.
Yes. Now, don't get me wrong. There's still a very small portion of women out there that understand what's going on. They understand female nature, and they're cool. They're awesome. We like you, women.
There's a few left.
There's a few. So we're not saying all women.
Never say all.
But it's the majority of you women, especially you modern women. So, you know what? If you got a problem, come on. We want to hear about it.
$100.
Let's do it.
Any one of you chicks want to come on here and tell me why I'm so monoganistic?
There's a new
Why
word
I
for our
hate women.
vocabulary.
Yeah.
Put
Come
that
on
into the
here
thesaurus
and-
in the Webster's dictionary.
It's Scott's.
That's going in the Rockstars dictionary.
Rockstar's dictionary.
It's a new one we're creating.
If anyone wants to come on here and tell me how I'm bashing or Dee's bashing women, you come on here and you tell us. And if it's legit, I will give you $100.
Right. You know, I'll give you a prime example. Sean's nicest guy I know. I don't think he'd hang out.
Oh no.
I don't think he'd hang out with me if I was, or either one of us were hating on people or bashing people.
The nicest guy you ever meet.
Yep. Nice guys finish first.
Yeah, there you go. That's the new trend. Let's start that trend, right? You can put me on that meme.
Hashtag nice guys finish first.
Yeah.
30 years later.
There's hope for us. There's hope for us going forward, guys. Come on now.
There's no hope for us, man. We've done more than that hope.
Be nice, be kind, and rewind.
That's right.
I try to be nice, but
All right. Well, thanks so much, guys. Appreciate having you on me.
Yeah, I think
man.
in conclusion, man, we just God, we're trying, ladies. We're trying. We're trying to figure out.
We're trying to let you know how it is.
Yeah, we're trying to figure out if men are doing such wrong and causing all these dating problems. Please come on and tell us. Give us your examples. Give us your experiences. Because we keep coming back to the same thing. It seems like a lot of it's you ladies, and you just don't want to admit it.
Yeah. No, that's where I was getting to. That I think it's what's wrong with the ladies, not the men.
Yeah. Right. So I don't know. Like I said, men, you need to stop simping. That is one thing you do need to stop doing. Stop simping. Stop putting these women on a pedestal. Make them come to you. Make them earn your attention. Don't give them free attention. You are the prize, man. You are the prize. You guys got any closing statements you want to make here before we end this up?
Yeah, I mean, going back to your phrase on simping, you know, because I could say, oh, simping ain't easy. But guess what? Simping is easy, and it's wrong. And stop.
That's right.
And good night.
That's right.
Peace out, everybody.
All right. I just got a match with Morgan, so I got to go see what Morgan's
Let's go
looking
text
like.
Morgan.
All right.
Buy her dinner. You're a nice guy.
All right.
Later.
Later.